Hi there. Hi, everyone. Okay, so I think it's really important to bring to awareness why it seems so difficult to change. And people change every day, and there's changing happening all the time. And so there are things in place that happen when we change. And if we just become aware of what needs to be in place and we put it and we put those principles in place and conscious change with conscious change, then we're activating the natural dynamics of change. And so the first thing we have to realize is anytime we interrupt any pattern, any automated pattern, whether it be how we're thinking, what we're doing, um, what we're feeling, what we're focusing on, whatever it is, that every time I have to interrupt it, it creates discomfort in the body because the body has to now change and rewire. Things have to change and it starts to burn energy and it doesn't like it. And so it creates a resistance, a discomfort. And in order to get past that discomfort, a couple of things have to be in place. The first thing is the old behavior cannot be an option. It's like, if you're driving to work every day and you leave your job and you're about to start a new job, and then the first day of the new job you're driving there, and then suddenly you find yourself driving to the old job. You don't just keep driving to the old job. You know it's not an option, so you readjust and go back to the new job where you were headed, the new location. And so that's important to realize, because if that job is an option, if that job is always waiting for you and it is an option, there's no reason to go there. I mean, if it's an option, there's no reason to go to the new place. You could just drive to the old place because it's automated, it's comfortable. If the old place, and if the new place is always available, you're never really going to go there. You'll say, I can start tomorrow. I can start that new job tomorrow. And that's important. So the first thing that has to be in place is, number one, the other behavior cannot be an option. It has to be some kind of imaginary block that says, no matter what, I can't do that. So I might as well do something else because that's not going to happen. That's very important with addiction as well, by the way. I've noticed that the greatest changes happen when someone basically says, that's not an option. I'd rather feel this than do that. So I'll do something else, but I'm not going to do that. The second thing that needs to be in place is, hi, Ayelet. The second thing that needs to be in place is your value, a high value. Now, you can think about high value as this is the most important thing. So the new behavior has to have your highest values in place. For example, if your highest value is animal cruelty or helping animals, and suddenly whatever you're doing is involved in helping animals, suddenly you'll have the ability to no longer make the other behavior an option. If you find out a certain food that you're eating and your highest value is animal cruelty, and you find out the food you're eating actually, or the product you're using hurts animals, no matter how much you love that product, no matter how much you're connected to and automated to like it, you will just stop it because your highest value is in place. So basically, the first thing is your highest value needs to be in place, and the other option cannot be an option. Second possibility that needs to be in place or can be in place, it can be in addition to highest value or it can be separate from it, which is desire. And this is why it's important to really know your outcome. The more you get familiar with your desired outcome, the more you fall in love with it, the more you start feeling what it might look like and feel like, the more likely you are to let the other option go, because there's hope in that new option. There's excitement in that new option. There's a feeling of reward in that new option. So it helps letting the other option go because there's somewhere to go, because you have desire. So you're willing to be uncomfortable because you're getting somewhere. The third thing that can be in place, again, this can be in addition to values and desire or knowing your outcome, or it can be separate from it, which is just the decision. A decision that this is what I do every day. It's kind of like, think about driving. No one drives and then hopefully they don't have to drive anymore. They just decide they drive. They drive today, they drive tomorrow, and the brain eventually just automates driving, whether it be driving itself, just knowing how to drive, or just going somewhere every day and automating that route. So that's important too. When you make a decision like brushing your teeth and you're not worried about whether it's comfortable or not comfortable, or if you feel like doing it or not feel like doing it, and you just do it every day, the brain, when it gets the message that you're going to do it no matter what, you're not doing it and hopefully you won't have to do it anymore. You're going to do it no matter what. That's huge because the brain goes, holy cow, we're going to spend more energy fighting this person than helping that, than if we were to rewire them. So it starts to take this conscious behavior that we're, engaging in every day, this new behavior and this new way of thinking or focus. And because we're not going to stop no matter what, no matter how uncomfortable we are, we're just going to do it every day. The brain gets that message, and at one point it says, okay, we're going to have to make this efficient and automatic because we're burning too much energy trying to fight this person. And then it rewires, so the very behavior is automatic, like right before you go to sleep. It won't even let you go to sleep until you brush your teeth. And the fourth thing that needs to be in place, it's really 5 things, but the fourth thing that needs to be in place is, hey, Mila. The fourth thing that needs to be in place is that you have to reframe the discomfort of this change, right? You have to reframe the discomfort of this change as not only not a problem, but actually positive. You have to see the discomfort, the pain that you're feeling, and reframe it as not pain, but energy. Like, think about a muscle. If you're trying to get a bigger muscle, you'd want to see this pressure, this what you call pain, as not pain at all, but actually a good thing that the energy is breaking and changing in order to create the physical version of that which you desire. So the discomfort needs to be welcomed and reframed as something you're moving through and is actually helping you get what you want, whether it be, like I said, muscle growing or stretching, a brain thinking, the pressure building. Anytime change happens, pressure builds. So once you have these things in place, like I said, it can't be, the old way cannot be an option. And once you have these 4 things in place, you're cooking with oil. One is make the new idea compelling, where you fall in love with, or create value, like it connected to your highest value. And the third is to just do it anyway, no matter how you feel. Just do it every day forever until the body and brain gets the message, and to reframe the discomfort. So let me give you an example of this, of how I did this recently. I've done this several times, where as soon as I get uncomfortable when I'm trying to make change, as soon as I reframe it, I make the other image disappear, and I make the new image become more compelling and more exciting. So I'm going to do actually, I think it would be best to do a meditation on this. And so, the meditation is basically in recognizing this simple fact, that whatever you're doing in the moment to your brain is the most important thing in the world. That's why it's doing it. So if you want to start a business or write that book or do a video, and your brain would rather turn on Netflix or HBO or something, and you just feel like doing something else, it's because your brain has learned that that is the only thing that matters in that moment. And everything else that you say you'd like to do, should do, is really like a hologram to the mind. The only thing that has rich life to it is that behavior. Then you have to remember that behavior started in a very simple way. You just started noticing it and liking the experience. It became important to you. You did it every day, and now you're compelled to do it. And so that brings to a greater point, which is whenever you do something new, it's important to recognize and to register how you feel about it, and notice where the pleasure is in what you're doing, so your brain starts craving more of it. So if you close your eyes for a moment and you think about what you should be doing, writing that book, doing a paper on something, cleaning your house, and your brain is saying, I'd rather just chill out and watch TV or play a video game or whatever it is. Just take a breath and just breathe. Close your eyes and release all the tension on the exhalation. And just let go of all that tension. Just let it all go. Now, become aware of how you are doing what you're doing. Notice how much energy your brain has around that behavior, whether it be TV or, like I said, anything, just even sitting around on your couch. Now, imagine you're stepping out, literally stepping out of your body and watching that pattern that was so important and automated. Now, step out of your body again and watch yourself watching that pattern. And now just drain the color out of that pattern. And drain the energy as if you're opening up a valve out of that pattern. Now I want you to shrink that scene, that experience, that pattern, whatever it is, and just shrink it until it's so tiny. It's the size of an ant. Now I want you to become aware of the reason for the new behavior, the end result. So first become aware of this is building desire. Just forget about how, when, forget about I should. I should is not a motivational strategy. It's actually resistance. What motivates us is a picture, a wonderful picture and a wonderful feeling in our body, and then achievable outcomes. So just imagine the scene that why you would do what you're doing. If it's rather be exercising or writing that book or whatever it is, just imagine it's already done and take a moment to enjoy it. Take a moment to appreciate it. Take a moment to soak it in and really register the bliss of having this experience now. Just give yourself permission to enjoy the experience now, this end result. And just soak it in until you feel really good about that end result now. Use all 5 senses to get into the end result. So this is how you build desire. That's how you build pure motivational desire. And now you can think about one thing you can do to get there. So let's say it's weight loss. And you imagine the perfect body, but you have to lose 50 pounds. So now you have the end result, which is great. But now think about how great it would be to lose 5 pounds, how achievable that is. And just notice that the old way is not an option. The old way of eating or thinking about food is not an option. And so you have desire. That starts moving you closer into achievable outcomes that make that bigger outcome more tangible. And that bigger outcome creates desire. So it makes those little outcomes not only achievable, but actually fun and rewarding to achieve. Now, bring your highest value into it. So first we talked about desire. The old way is not an option, so we just shrunk it out of the mind. Now let's bring your highest value into it. Now, let me give you an example of this. When I wanted to test, quote unquote, the law of attraction, quote unquote, desire really didn't do it for me because what I wanted, it's not a big deal. I mean, it was going to be nice, but what made me sit down and test it and do the work I needed to test it was that my highest value was congruency in like believing something but not really doing it, or like saying, oh, this is how something works, but not being a living example of it. So I hate talking about that. So that was my highest value, that I refuse to leave this planet before I either prove or disprove that this law of attraction stuff works. So I was willing to be uncomfortable every day and stop my automation 3 times a day for 20 minutes, every day for 3 months, because my highest value was in place. So in that case, my highest value was in place to make change. So the first one is desire. Second one is value, or your highest value. And the third is just an option, a decision to just do something every day. That's feeling like you're in charge and almost getting off on the fact that your brain and body doesn't want to do something and you're going to do it anyway, even if there's no reward, even if there's no high value, maybe that's your highest values, that you're just going to be in charge of the brain rather than the brain in charge of you. So right now I'm going to do 50 push-ups. I don't care if I'm in the mood. I'm doing it. Get used to it. You can catch up to me or not, but I'm going to do it. And then the brain starts to wire in. And again, if you reframe all this discomfort as not only a good thing, but the actual body actually changing for you to make what you're doing more effortless. Just like the pressure in the muscle is changing the muscles to make this 50 pounds effortless. So you can do it unconsciously. You don't have to use effort. That's what the pressure is about. Once you put all these in place, not an option, high value, intention as far as a compelling desire, and reframing, I'm going to repeat that again. I'm sorry. When something's not an option and you're willing to put into place either your highest value, B, you're willing to focus on your outcome and fall in love with it and make it compelling, and three, you're just willing to do it anyway, whether you're comfortable or uncomfortable. And then you reframe. 4, I know I said A, B, C, now I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my crazy brain, so just stick with me. And 4, you reframe the discomfort as not only not a problem, but a wonderful thing happening for you. And you keep your awareness on that outcome, change will happen. It's that simple. It's not always easy, but it's a very simple thing to put into process. And you might want to add, just really register how good you feel about the new behavior and really enjoy the fact that either you love the behavior in itself or you love the behavior because it's getting you closer to that end result that you already fell in love with. Any questions? Hi, everyone. Somebody's crying. Hi, Marta, you're crying. Hey, Matt. I guess you guys came in late. I'm almost done. I guess you might want to listen to this if you want to hear those 4 things that need to be in place in order to change. So should I recap? Not an option. Not going to happen, so I might as well do something else. Make it compelling. Put your highest value in place. Just do it anyway because you're going to do it whether you're comfortable or not. And then reframe any discomfort as change happening. I think reframing the discomfort is one of the key things that nobody really talks about or stresses enough. When you reframe discomfort, anything happens. You got to always think about Arnold, who didn't even see no pain, no gain. He didn't see this as pain. He saw it as an orgasm. I'm an orgasm. I work out an orgasm. The pressure is like orgasm. He just reframed it. And so so his brain saw this as a good thing to want more of rather than something to avoid, because that's important. As soon as you frame the discomfort as something you wish would go away, your brain is going to start trying to take care of you by avoiding that behavior. The meditation, the exercise, the stretching, the yoga, the writing, the visualizations, whatever it is you're doing, the martial arts, the dance move, as soon as you see the discomfort as something you wish would go, the brain goes, I know how to make it go away. Let's stop doing this. And it will find a way to sabotage you and take over. As soon as you see it as a positive thing changing and you love it and you see it as pressure, yes, but you process it as the very thing that's helping you get what you want and to make it easy, then your brain starts making change really, really fast. Okay? Bye, Yelit. Bye, Marta. Bye, Matthew. Bye, Mila. Who else is there? All right. Hey, guys. Okay, I hope that helps. Does it help? Send me an email. Check my website, GPSmyFuture.com or tabtechnique.com. I'm doing a law of attraction and hypnosis, funny enough. I didn't plan that. I just realized it. Saturday at HMI, Hypnosis Motivation Institute. I'm going to do that this Saturday. I think it's like 9:30 to 6. It's a full day. And I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be teaching all these principles and much, much more. So join, go to my website, GPSmyFuture.com, or subscribe, and you'll get an email for not only HMI website, HMI workshops, but my own personal workshops for my personal clients. And I'll see you guys soon. Okay.